only one place. Same thing. Anywhere else the body comes in for biolab.
Mukuro's body was probably kept hidden in the biolab.
Biolab? You mean on the 5th floor?
Yeah, the freezer thing.
That's right. It's actually set up for use as a morgue. So it's the perfect place to hide a body. And it'd keep the body preserved at the same time.
Then you're also saying the body was moved from the biolab to the garden.
And I have no doubt that that's exactly what happened. In fact, I have proof.
So that's how the body was taken from the biolab to the garden.
I got it!
Got it.
What makes me so sure the body was carried from the biolab to the garden is the tarp that we found in the garden. When I was checking it over again, I noticed something. I noticed that some text had been stamped on one corner of the tarp.
Oh, it says Biolab.
Holy cow! How'd you notice that tiny little thing?
Makoto's nitpicky nature seems to have surfaced with perfect timing.
This proves that the tarp originally came from the biolab. In fact, there's a whole stack of tarps just like it in there.
So when the killer moved the body to the garden,
my bad.
they must have grabbed a tarp to wrap it in. Then they simply left it as it was to protect against the sprinklers, and put the coat on it afterwards.
Wait, what? So when the killer moved the body so when the killer moved the body to the garden, they must have grabbed the tarp, trap it in. And they simply left it as it was to protect. They must have grabbed the trap it. They simply left it as it was to protect against the sprinklers. And put the coat on it afterwards.
You made everything sound so amazingly consistent.
That's just a wild guess! Where's your evidence? Prove that the body was wrapped in a tarp and moved!
There is no evidence. I was simply explaining what I think happened. But you seem to be getting pretty worked up about it, wouldn't you say?
I know, but you seem to be pretty worked up about it.
Worked up?
Yeah, you are.
Now that the conversation has turned to the topic of the biolab, you must be getting pretty nervous. Because the key to uncovering your secret identity is hidden within that room, isn't it?
You talking about unmasking the Mastermind?
You see, the biolab contained an inconsistency. One so major it can't be overlooked.
This is the biolab.
La la la! I can't hear you! La 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 la!
Such a child. Oh well, just ignore him.
I need to post it together and say because about.
Hey, by the way,
what?
Makoto, what about that one thing?
Trying to.
What one thing?
What do you think? I'm talking about your family.
What?
Don't tell me. You forgot about that video message.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about it.
So what do you think? Are you sure your family's still okay?
Why are you bringing that up now?
Your mom, your dad, your little sister. What do you think has happened to your family? Are they really as safe as you might have assumed?
Stop talking about that!
Calm down, Makoto. He wants you to get upset.
Yeah, I need to calm down. I can't let him get to me. Just saying that because you know we're getting close to truth of the biolab. So if I want to shut him up, I need to expose the inconsistencies Let's let him with it. The inconsistent has to be the one area where the numbers don't match up. The moment of truth. All this again.
Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? That's impossible! What do you want? Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? That's impossible!
No!
I'm not listening!
What?
I'm not listening!
The heck?
I can't hear you! What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? That's impossible!
Bro, ah, there we go. Wasn't going through for some reason.
The inconsistency Kyoko's talking about is the lights.
What are you talking about? What about the lights?
Tina, what about
Like
the
I
lights?
said before, the biolab also acts as a morgue. And as part of that, a giant refrigerator was installed in there. That's where everyone who's died is stored.
And it was set up so that when a slot had a body in it, a blue light would turn on.
In other words, if the blue light is on, that means there's a body in that slot.
But I counted up the number of blue lights that were on, including the one Mukuro was in, and there were only 9.
Why does that matter? You gotta give me the bite-sized version here, man.
Red lights make sense on what lights.
I
That?
got it!
But I'll
10 of
guess.
the lights should have been on. Any other number is incredibly suspicious.
Suspicious? Why?
That's simple. Just recall who's died here so far, and it should become clear.
Alright, let's get some history. Saika first 1. Jinko 2. Neon 3. Shield 4. Or Mondo. Mondo was 6. Taco was 6 and Hosumi was 7. Kura was 8. Taco was 9. And the kid was 10. Over was only 9.
So 10 people in all?
That's right. Any other number should make you immediately suspicious.
What does that mean?
But according to the lights in the biolab, only 9 people were being stored there.
You're saying a dead body just up and disappeared?
I got it! The Mastermind destroyed one of the bodies to get rid of evidence.
But if they wanted to do that, they would have destroyed Mukuro's body, since they actually killed her. And yet, her body was left alone.
Then, whose body disappeared?
It may very well be that none of them disappeared.
But if that's true, then why doesn't the
I'm
body
confused.
count match?
Including Monokuma's executions, there have apparently been 10 deaths, but there were only 9 bodies. That's the point
Yeah.
I'm trying to make.
I'm completely lost. can the number of victims be less than the number of murders?
Yeah, maybe there's not a body in there that we're missing one. There's 4 murders and victims. Why is that one? Why will there were 10 but not those ones. Let's try to enter promo code to take it. It's even 10. Something on that.
Shoot!
Oh man, that's up. Let me try to pivot.
I got it! What about if the same person was killed twice?
Killed twice?
Officially, 10 murders have been committed so far, but one of the victims may have been murdered, and then murdered again.
Murdered and murdered again?
If that's the case, there could have been 10 killings, but still only 9 victims, right?
Technically, you're right, I guess. Still, something like that.
Could easily have happened. No, it is what happened.
Sounds like you're already convinced. Then can you tell us who was killed twice?
It was Mukuro, of course. Before she was killed as Mukuro Ikusaba, she was killed as someone else.
And that's why the body had to be stored in the biolab until the moment we found it in the garden.
That's why the body had to be stored in the biolab until the moment.
No, that's crazy talk. She was killed as someone else? Come on! Besides, who could that someone else even have been?
All you have to do is look at those bodily injuries of hers, and that will become obvious.
Nothing's gonna become obvious, because Kyoko's totally delusional!
We're getting close. Okay, we're getting close to the truth, y'all.
Is this someone else that Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka Maizono? Junko Enoshima? Leon Kuwata?
No way.
Chihiro Fujisaki? Mando Owada? Kiyotaka Ishimaru? Hifumi Yamada? Celestia Lu... whatever? Or maybe Sakura Ogami? No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice!
We're definitely out over 5. This is the one who shoved that thing to her wound.
Who is this someone else that Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka Maizono?
We won't do what our working on.
Shoot! Who is this someone else that Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka Maizono? Junko Enoshima?
No.
Shoot! Who is this someone else? Was it Sayaka, Junko Enoshi, Leon Kuwata?
And that wasn't Leon.
Shoot! Was it Sayaka, Junko Enoshima, Leon Kuwata, Chihiro Fujisaki, Mando Owada, Kiyotaka Ishimaru?
Nope.
Shoot!
Junko? Oh hell?
Junko! Wasn't her fatal injury pretty similar to Mukuro's?
What do you mean?
Yeah, she was stabbed all over her body like that.
remember what happened to her? She was impaled by a bunch of spears all over her body.
And Mukuro died from a number of wounds across her body. When you compare that to the stab wounds Junko suffered,
Like the first person I died.
Similarities match?
No way.
Yes, and those are the only fatal injuries that match up. That explains why those two bodies are actually one and the same.
so let me
Nani?
see if I have this straight. Junko, or someone going by that name, was stabbed to death with multiple spears. Then her body was kept in the biolab for...
Oh, wait, there is a...
however long, before being dragged out again. Only this time, it was presented as the corpse of one Mukuro Ikusaba.
Then her body was without that forever long. Before being dragged out again, this time was present as a corpse of one Mukuro Ikusaba.
It all matches up, right? Those wounds Junko suffered could easily be these same injuries.
Maybe.
It's really true? Mukuro and Junko are the same person?
Oh, that's what to say. That was crazy.
Wait, so then... what does it all mean?
It means that there haven't been 10 victims, but 9. Which also means that among the people we thought were dead, one is still alive.
What? Nani?
And that's the true identity of the Mastermind?
Is Junko?
Who is it? Who's behind all this?
We already know the answer to that. It's Mukuro. She's still alive. She took Junko's body and made it look like she was the one who died. So Mukuro is still alive. She's gotta be. Total silence? Then I must be right. I'm right, aren't I?
Is Mukuro alive? And that's still alive is Mukuro? But can we believe that? There's no way Mukuro's still alive. No way. Mukuro's fatal injury.
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the Mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you give up?
That's truly. Yeah, my
The
bad.
body we found in the garden wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. So the Mastermind's true identity is
No, that's not it.
Mukuro. Shoot.
The body
Wasn't Mukuro. Shoot.
The body wasn't. Then she's still alive.
That's right. She made it look so the Mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma?
The body we found in the garden wasn't Mukuro.
No.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. She made it so the Mastermind's true identity is
No, that wasn't it.
Mukuro. Shoot.
The body wasn't. Then she's still alive.
That's right. She made it so the Mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma?
The body we found wasn't Mukuro.
What?
Shoot!
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive? That's right.
So the Mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
Oh, got it.
No, the body we found in the garden was Mukuro. That's one thing we can be sure of. The body's appearance and measurements are consistent with her records. Right, Kyoko?
She was 5 foot 6 inches tall and weighed 97 pounds. Her vitals were 31, 21, 32. Everything in her profile is consistent with that corpse.
And then there's the matter of the Fenrir tattoo. So there's no question it's her.
But if Mukuro's not the Mastermind, then who's actually still alive?
Junko still alive? Well, I mean, it looked like he's dead, but actually still alive. So one person could be.
Here's my answer.
No way.
Junko is still alive. It's the only possibility.
Nani?
Are you sure about that?
Huh?
I admit, since Mukuro is undoubtedly dead, Junko does seem to be the only other explanation.
She was pierced.
But we saw her get impaled. She died right before our very eyes.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
If Junko were still alive, the death we saw would had to have been some kind of charade. But you yourself confirmed she was dead, did you not?
They mentioned it. I stand proof by hit on Junko's license. Our essentially check the pulse. I did move to step out. She really is dead. Yeah, she was dead. So what was I to say? I did check. Absolutely.
She was dead. There's no question. Junko was dead.
So, the idea that she's still alive.
Oh, wait. Okay. She was not dead. Absolutely. Check. She was dead. There's no point. Junko was dead. The idea that she's still alive.
It must be wrong.
Then you're withdrawing your previous statement?
I know you gave it your best
Okay, we're close,
shot,
though.
but too bad. I guess your conclusion was a dud. Too bad, too bad.
This case hasn't been decided just yet.
Okay, I thought it was game over, so man, I picked the wrong choice.
You haven't given up already, have you, Makoto?
No way.
No! Of course not! There's no way I'd give up that easy!
That's all well and good, but how do you intend to solve the problem standing in your way? Junko absolutely died. Mukuro absolutely died.
Then both of them are dead, right? There can't be any kind of survivor story.
I think we need to look at this from the opposite direction.
Huh? The opposite direction?
Let's assume Junko is still alive. If so, how could she have survived?
How could Junko have survived? I checked if she's dead, I'm sure of it. But still, if she were alive somehow, because Junko was not going to die, it wasn't Junko but someone else entirely. If she do something. Okay, what's the word this time? Replace. Hey, turn around. Replace. Replace. Back here. Yeah. Replace.
Now I understand! That's it! What if she switched places with someone else?
pieces?
That's right.
With Mazzaro,
Before
what her
the
name
spears
is.
could kill her, she got someone to take her place. Specifically, Mukuro Ikusaba.
Then that would make it Mukuro's corpse that showed up later.
Which is why the body's height and weight and everything match Mukuro's profile, right?
Which is why the body's high. Why the body's high.
I don't know anything about this switching places thing, but
Well, okay. Everything's going too fast. What's info? And we're going to the community more for something. I don't think we need to let So which one of the body's hiding the aliens in 1964?
that had to be Junko who got stabbed to death, right?
Yeah, you're saying they switched? When could they even have done that? Right when she was about to die? Like she used some kind of ninja replacement technique?
Good point. There's just no way they could have switched like that. So maybe the whole idea is wrong.
Maybe before they went to the gym and stuff. There has to be some way to figure out how to explain how the cut it.
I got it! The two of them may have switched places from the very beginning.
What? From the beginning?
Yes, from the moment we first met. If that's when they switched, then they wouldn't have had to switch at the moment of death, right? After all, the one we saw at that point would have already been Mukuro.
Hold on. So you're saying the Junko we first met
Wasn't Junko, but it was
was actually Mukuro all along?
Yeah.
Then we'd already met her?
Yeah. No, that's crazy. That's what I'm saying.
I had like a normal conversation with her.
I know, us too.
When we first met, none of us knew who anyone else was. So Mukuro could have simply told us her name was Junko.
Isn't like Junko famous though? So Mukuro could have told her her name was Junko.
And we never would have known the difference. That would easily allow the two of them to switch places from the very beginning.
Wait, but Mukuro had a tattoo on the back of her hand, right? Junko never had any tattoo like that, did she?
I mean, with makeup you can cover it up.
She could have hidden it with foundation or something like that.
Yeah.
If she did, it likely melted away in the explosion, exposing the tattoo after the body was extinguished. Plus, there were the fake nails found on the hands of Mukuro's body. They were the same fake red nails she was wearing when we all met for the first time.
The same red we all met for the first time.
But if she really did use foundation,
Correct. Even if there was no tattoo on her hand, I couldn't say for certain it wasn't Mukuro. So I'm glad nobody noticed that glaring hole when we were trying to figure out who attacked Makoto.
There was no tattoo. Right, if there was no tattoo on her hand.
But too bad for you, Monokuma. You can't deny it anymore.
We're trying to figure out what
Wait, so this whole thing was a setup from the very beginning?
If that's true, it was quite an elaborate plan to be sure, making it look like Mukuro was Junko.
The reason such an elaborate plan was possible is because the two of them were working together.
So Mukuro, the ultimate despair, teamed up with someone like her. In other words, it would be fair to say that Junko herself was also the ultimate despair.
She's not saying nothing.
What's wrong? Lost the will to fight back?
I think he's just afraid.
Afraid? What's that mean, afraid? Fear is only possible where hope is possible. I only have despair, so fear is an alien concept to me.
Then why haven't you been saying anything?
Because it's a bunch of nonsense. Junko's my secret identity? As if.
Then why did you try and protect Junko's real identity?
I tried to protect her identity? When did I do that?
But he's still fisherman about. He can try to see for all he wants, it doesn't matter. I've already figured it out. Try to hide your identity, not just once or twice. First time was okay, and then
Shoot!
okay, and
Shoot!
what was that? And now,
Shoot! Shoot!
wait, what was that? She tried to hide your book, not just once, but twice. Later,
Shoot!
damn it.
I refuse to give up yet! After all,
Hold on.
Okay, guys,
while
the
I was in the
DVD.
AV room, watching the DVD of our interviews with the headmaster,
This is the monitor. The video player itself had something turned off. But that video wasn't playing anymore. How did this happen? It should look like it probably Alistair there. What? So it just stopped having to break this now. No, then. When does it matter? I feel like it's right anytime, anywhere. That's what it is, right?
you made sure I couldn't finish watching the video. And the reason you did that is because you didn't want me to see the real Junko, did you?
Oh, yeah! If everyone was in that video, of course Junko would have had to show up.
And if Makoto saw the real Junko, it would have been totally obvious that the Junko we met was an imposter.
That whole power outage thing was just a fluke!
Oh, McCall's being stressed. It was for the Johnson definitely makes the power outage. And that's not the only time they try to hide Junko's identity. That's why I tried to cover off one of the episodes after I revealed that. But this again.
Are you sure about this? You're getting all riled up! That's impossible!
too fast! Damn it.
That's impossible!
Damn it. Ah, there we go. Oh, that was tough.
The video wasn't the only thing you tried to cover up. You did the same thing with this group photo.
Uh-oh.
I noticed it just a little while ago, when we were all comparing the photos we'd gotten. In all the photos, there's a certain similarity, an unusual circumstance.
What's so unusual about them?
The unusual circumstance of those pictures. They have Jugo's face covering.
I got it! Junko's face. The one thing common to every single photo is that you can't see her face.
Oh shit, true.
It's hard to believe her face would just happen to be hidden in every single picture, don't you think? And on top of that, in this photo, you can see that Mukuro is clearly visible. So in other words, at that point, the two of them hadn't switched yet. With all that in mind, there's no doubt that the girl whose face is hidden here is the real Junko, which is why you had to have pictures that didn't show her face. Because if we could have seen her face, then it would have clearly revealed that the Junko in the pictures wasn't the Junko that we knew.
Xanadu!
I believe everything Makoto said is true.
That's crazy though.
Junko and Mukuro switched places before we met either of them.
So she killed Mukuro, who had taken her place, making it look like she'd died. And the real Junko is still alive.
And she's the one behind this whole murderous situation. This killing game. She's the true mastermind and the ultimate despair.
Man, I was trying to hit that
Xanadu times 2!
With this, the identity and the crimes of the Mastermind have been exposed.
No, wait, hold on!
Don't bother trying to deny it. There's no more room for debate. You don't have anywhere left to run. I'll prove everything. Right now.
Oh, great. Okay, so we got there. Okay, it's really confusing. Shit. So we all got to the school. I'm so confused right now. Or who attacked? What was it? The master attacked me. What was that? Stop that. Kind of freeze in place. Oh, this one's dead. Not going up.
Here's exactly what happened. We met the ultimate fashionista, Junko and Oshima, right after we all arrived here. But that wasn't the real Junko. The girl we saw before us was actually the 16th student who had taken Junko's place. And that girl's name was Mukuro Ikusawa. But it wasn't long before she died at the hands of Monokuma. In other words, the Mastermind, Junko and Oshima. Her body was kept in the biolab, which had been converted into a morgue, until Junko decided to put her body to use. Junko dragged the body out of the biolab, using the tarp to carry her to the garden. She fabricated the murder to try and friend Kyoko, who'd proven to be one big thorn in her side. Meanwhile, she wanted us all to think Mukuro was still alive and hiding somewhere inside the school.
I got that right.
So she put on a mask and then attacked me. After making sure I'd gotten a good look at the mask, she left the room.
And she also attacked me also. Knocked me out.
Then she put the same mask on Mukuro's body. This was all to make us think the person who attacked me and the corpse were one and the same. She wanted us to believe the murder had only recently taken place. Finally,
Right there,
by
right.
strapping a bomb to the body, she was able to destroy any remaining evidence. She needed to hide the body's true identity. She had to make sure we didn't find out it was actually the same person we'd met in the beginning. This is the truth behind Mukuro's murder. And the one who carried it all out is the true mastermind. The one controlling Monokuma. The real Junko Enoshima!
Can't even see her face. That's crazy, though.
That's the whole story behind this incident. Well, what do you have to say to that?
What? Are you broken again?
You can't get out of this, so don't even try.
Come on! It's time you finally revealed yourself!
It's not like you're an endangered species or something. How long do you plan to keep hiding?
Give it up, Junko. The game's over.
Over? Did you really think the story would end once we reached the climax of the case? Wrong! There's still plenty more to go!
What? Coming out? Junko Enoshima. That just came out.
We have been waiting so very long for peasants like you to appear.
Oh shit.
If you swear your fealty to us, we will reward you with half of the entire world! We've even drawn up the deed already! We will grant you honor, status, in some of our home cooking! Have you made your choice? Will you serve under us?
Oh, did you think I was being serious? Sorry, I was just messing with you. It's been so long since I've had an audience. Even I'm not sure what kind of role I'm supposed to play.
The Mastermind, she's really Junko Enoshima.
Anyway,
so she's alive.
Looks like I've finally been set free. Having to play Monokuma all the time, day after day. It was like I was stuck in purgatory. Or like a slow suicide. I get bored so easy, you know?
Let's see.
Face!
Huh? What about my face?
What's she talking like
What's
that?
wrong with my beautiful face? People have told me I'm cuter than 100 chihuahuas combined.
I feel like this isn't the first time I've seen you.
Yeah, in the magazine, in the washroom. So, is that thing
Shoot!
No! Try to think with your clothes ready. Does the filament brought you spend despair? It did, didn't it? Of course it did. You know, all I hope in my fist is complete. It was despair in your heart. You know what time it is? Yeah, are you ready? Punishment time.
Is this really the end for all of us? I refuse to give up yet! That's the whole story. Shoot!
Oh damn, my bad.
I got it!
Cool.
That's right! It was before I ever came to this school. I remember seeing a magazine cover. and you were on it.
Wow, you have a pretty good memory.
Keep talking about it.
I guess that's why you've made it this far, huh?
So I was right. Then what you told me in the main hall when this all began.
You should say, see how quite nice to it, but it's quite nice set to reality. Huh? Oh, you talking about like portfolios and junk? Well, spoiler. Yeah, totally Photoshop. Oh, I remember that combo. Totally shop. You know, edited to Havoc. And that feeling junk. Oh, well, yeah.
Sometimes a little lie is necessary to keep things moving along. Wouldn't you agree?
Just talking so boring.
That explains why she didn't quite seem the same, because she was a different person all along.
I'm me, and Mukuro is Mukuro. She tried her best, but there's just no way she could have passed as the ultimate fashionista. Two people can never become one as long as the walls of mind and body exist. Not even if they're twins.
Twins!
I know, it's such a cliche, right? I'm almost embarrassed to admit it. So basically, Mukuro and I had your stereotypical twin relationship. The older sister, tough and proud. That was Mukuro. The younger sister, smart and cute. That was...
Me! Junko fucking Enoshima!
Whoa, where did that come from? Okay, now not like this voice.
And together, we were the Despair Sisters, aka the Ultimate Despair!
She's a totally different person now.
Like I said, I get bored easy as hell. I even get fucking bored with myself.
Oh, swear.
But if you're twins, why do you have different last names? Oh, that again? You have any idea how many times people ask me that shit? Maybe it's new to your dumb ass, but it bores me to tears. Answering the same questions over and over? Just make up whatever answer you want. I don't give a shit. The truth's fucking lame anyway.
Yeah,
If she was your twin, that means you killed your own sister?
And for reasons deeper and darker than the ocean. As if.
Well, I suppose I'd better explain. For my
have
plan to
split
work,
personality or
someone had to
something?
be able to control the killing game from behind the scenes. The so-called Mastermind had to operate Monokuma, keep an eye on everyone, things like that.
We were supposed to be able to
But after looking at the situation, I determined it would be impossible for Mukuro to perform such duties. Because naturally, she turned out to be the letdown of the family, leaving me behind to run off and join some band of mercenaries. Such a disappointment. So, I decided to play the role of director and have her join the rest of you in your school life. I could have let her work alongside me, but she would have been useless to me that way. Besides, 15 students seemed like a solid number to start with. Of course, the fact that she was the ultimate soldier posed something of a problem. She had what I call the three atrocities: atrociously rank, atrociously filthy, atrociously repulsive. It was atrociously clear just how out of touch she was with the rest of society. Meanwhile, my ultimate fashionista status has an undeniable appeal that I didn't want to go to waste.
And that's why you switched identities?
Sadly, her inability to match my personality was even greater than I'd calculated. It was a lost cause. She was nothing more than a bit player, an extra unworthy of lines. Being the utter disappointment that she was, anyone would have expected her to get killed off right away. Which is precisely why I killed her, to meet everyone's expectations.
can't be your only reason, can it?
Well, no, of course not. I also did it to avoid becoming bored.